Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel 100% Pure Alvis on this Easter Monday. I really hope you have had a very relaxing Easter and have enjoyed it, and thank you to each and every one of my new subscribers who have joined the channel recently. I am now 12 away from reaching the 2,000 subscribers mark, so again I think I'm possibly going to do that in the coming week, fingers crossed. What I want to share on this upload today is Elvis Presley's 24 studio albums he released during his lifetime via RCA. No live albums. These are just classed as studio albums. So what I mean by that is when you go on to the Elvis Presley discography, you will see studio albums, live albums, etc. These are the 24 studio albums that Elvis Presley released during his lifetime. We're going to go through each and every one of them, and I'm going to give them a grading out of 10 in respect of my opinions on where the albums sit in the ranking of, like, 10 out of 10 being excellent, 1 out of 10 being poor. And again, let's see where we agree on and disagree on. I've not put them in ranking order. These are in order of how they were issued during Elvis Presley's lifetime. So let's make a start. The first album obviously is Elvis Presley. So I'm not going to share the copy inside. I've done it before. I'm not going to go through the vinyl and share the labels. I'm just going to talk about marks out of 10, how much I would give the album. And I will get the catalogue numbers for each one that I have. So this one here is a German import, NL89046. NL89046, an iconic front cover image there. On the back, it's very different from the original release because this is a reissue. Now we have Blue Suede Shoes, I'm Counting on You, I Got a Woman, One-Sided Love Affair, I Love You Because, Just Because, Tutti Frutti, Trying to Get to You, I'm Gonna Sit Right Down and Cry Over You, I'll Never Let You Go, Little Darling, Blue Moon, Money Honey. Now, when you talk about Elvis Presley's iconic debut album, this has to be given, for me, a very strong 8 out of 10, because again, for me, obviously, I do think there's better albums, but a very strong 8 out of 10, in my opinion, on Elvis Presley's debut album. Next, we're going on to his second album, simply titled Elvis. This is a new addition to my collection. Catalogue number LSP 1382E. And again, front and back cover. The track listing on his second album: Rip It Up, Love Me, When My Blue Moon Turns to Gold Again, Long Tall Sally, First in Line, Paralyzed, So Glad You're Mine, Old Shep, Ready Teddy, Any Place is Paradise, How's the World Treating You, How Do You Think I Feel. For me, I do prefer this to Elvis Presley's debut album. For me, this has to be given a 9 out of 10. Next, we're going on to the Christmas album, Elvis Presley's best-selling Christmas album and best-selling album of all time. The copy I have, RD27052. And again, absolutely love Elvis's first Christmas album. I am going to say this is my favorite Christmas album out of the ones he has released. We have Santa Claus is Back in Town, White Christmas, Here Comes Santa Claus Right Down Santa Claus Lane, I'll Be Home for Christmas, If Only in My Dreams, Blue Christmas, Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me, Oh Little Town of Bethlehem, Silent Night, Holy Night, There'll Be Peace in the Valley for Me, I Believe, Take My Hand, Precious Lord, It Is No Secret What God Can Do. I'm going to give this, again, a very strong 8 out of 10. Next, we're going on to Alvis Back. Obviously, this is a reissue of Alvis Back. And again, absolutely, you get inside this one a free 7-inch disc of It's Now or Never with a Mess of Blues. This is on the, let me try and see the label, Glamorama label. on the reverse. And the catalogue number is, when I can find it for you, 660160. So when you're talking about Alvis Back, we have a track listing. This has bonus tracks, but I'm just going to read the standard track listing. Make Me Know It, Fever, The Girl of My Best Friend, I Will Be Home Again, Dirty Dirty Feeling, Thrill of Your Love, Soldier Boy, Such a Night, It Feels So Right, Girl Next Door Went a Walking, Like a Baby, Reconsider Baby. Absolutely love Alvis Back, and that has to be given a 9 out of 10 for me. So I'm just putting them on the floor as I'm doing them. Need to get set up. His first gospel album, the iconic His Hand in Mine. This is a very special copy on the Follow That Dream label. And again, when you're talking about Elvis Presley gospel albums, I'm not probably their second favorite. And again, this, as I said, is the special Follow That Dream edition. And it has a catalogue number of LSP 23282. And again, I won't read the track listing because it's very different from the original pressing, but His Hand in Mine, that has to be given a 9 out of 10 because it's such an outstanding gospel album by Alvis. Next, we're going on to Something for Everybody. Absolute. This is original mono RD 27224. RD 27224. Absolutely great design and great front cover, back cover. We have a track listing of There's Always Me, Give Me the Right, It's a Sin, Sentimental Me, Starting Today, Gently, I'm Coming Home, In Your Arms, Put the Blame on Me, Judy, I Want You With Me, I Slipped, I Stumbled, I Fell. For me, a great track listing. Love the tracks on here. A very strong 9 out of 10. We're now going on to Pot Luck. This is a recent addition to my collection. This copy is AFL1 2523. Again, not one of my favourite front covers of Alvis, but I do enjoy the back cover. The track listing, Kiss Me Quick, Just for Old Time's Sake, Gonna Get Back Home Somehow, Such an Easy Question, Stepping Out of Line, I'm Yours, Something Blues, Suspicion, I Feel That I've Known You Forever, Night Rider, Fountain of Love, That's Someone You Never Forget. I absolutely adore the Pot Luck album, and this is going to be my first 10 out of 10 album. Next, we've got Alvis For Everyone. This is the rarer edition of Alvis For Everyone. This has a catalogue number of RD7752. RD7752 on the back. Again, I love that front cover there of Alvis. I think it's such a great image. Track listing, Your Cheating Heart, Wild in the Country, Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers, In My Way, Tomorrow Night, Memphis, Tennessee, For the Millionth and the Last Time, Forget Me Never, Sound Advice, Santa Lucia, I Met Her Today, When It Rains, It Really Pours. I'm going to give Alvis For Everyone an 8 out of 10. Next, How Great Thou Art, his second gospel album. Again, really like that front cover here. On the reverse. Now, this one has a catalogue number of SF7867. And again, this is on the Diner Groove. It says Diner Groove Records with RCA Victor. Track listing, How Great Thou Art, In the Garden, Somebody Bigger Than You and I, Farther Along, Stand By Me, Without Him, So High, Where Could I Go But to the Lord, By and By, If the Lord Wasn't Walking by My Side, Run On, When No One Stands Alone, Crying in the Chapel. I'm going to go for this as my favourite Alvis gospel album, and I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10. Next, we're going on to from Alvis in Memphis. This is a German import edition. Original hype sticker here. On the reverse, very different back cover, but I love the front cover. And that's, again, that's quite so iconic. This has a catalogue number of LSP 4155D, LSP 4155D. The track listing is Wearing That Love Done Look, Only the Strong Survive, I'll Hold You in My Heart Till I Can Hold You in My Arms, Long Black Limousine, It Keeps Right On Hurting, I'm Moving On, Power of My Love, Gentle on My Mind, After Loving You, True Love Travels on a Gravel Road, Any Day Now in the Ghetto, All Day Long. This has to be given a 10 out of 10. It is a superb album, in my opinion, so important in the Alvis Studio album list. To me, this consistently sits in my top 5. Next, Alvis Back in Memphis. This is on the Music on Vinyl label. And again, this is on translucent red vinyl. But again, I'm not going to get it out but I have done an upload on this before. But again, what an iconic album. Now, this copy, as I was saying, is on the Music on Vinyl label, MOVLP 3291. And again, I love everything about the front cover here. The image of Elvis that they've used, returning back to the live stage, and the lettering and colouring. On the back, an image from the 68 NBC TV special there. That track listing is Inherit the Wind, This Is the Story, Stranger in My Own Hometown, A Little Bit of Green, and The Grass Won't Pay No Mind, Do You Know Who I Am, From a Jack to a King, The Fair's Moving On, You'll Think of Me, Without Love There Is Nothing. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Next, you all know this is my favourite album. That's the Way It Is. This is the reissue from 1983 with its original 50th anniversary hype sticker. It's also my favourite lettering on an Alvis album, my favourite front cover of an Alvis album. On the back, it is also my favourite back cover. All these different images of Alvis on the back with the tracks under each photo. As I was saying, this is an import, NL84114. And the track listing, I just can't help believing, 20 Days and 20 Nights, How the Web Was Woven, Patch It Up, Mary in the Morning, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, I've Lost You, Just Pretend, Stranger in the Crowd, The Next Step Is Love, Bridge Over Troubled Water. Now, obviously, some people might class this as a live album, but when you go on to the Elvis Presley album's discography, online, this is classed as a studio album. So that is why this is in this list. 10 out of 10. I'll give it more if I could. Next is I'm 10,000 Years Old, Elvis Country. Again, very different Elvis front cover there. At the time this was issued, inside, special colour picture inside. I still have that picture inside. On the reverse, again, great back cover here. The catalogue number for this release, SF8172. SF8172. We have Snowbird, Tomorrow Never Comes, Little Cabin on the Hill, Whole Lot of Shaking Going On, Funny How Time Slips Away, I Really Don't Want to Know, There Goes My Everything, It's Your Baby, You Rock It, The Fool, Faded Love, I Wash My Hands in Muddy Water, Make the World Go Away. And we've got segments of I Was Born About 10,000 Years Ago. I am going to give this another 10 out of 10 because I absolutely adore this album. We're now going on to Love Letters from Elvis. Not my favourite front cover album on an Elvis studio album. I do obviously like the images of Elvis, but I think it's quite a boring front cover. On the back, again, I do find this back cover quite boring as well, if I'm quite honest with you. I don't think it's that well put together. SF8202. SF8202. We have Love Letters, Only Believe, Got My Mojo Working, Cindy Cindy, This Is Our Dance, When I'm Over You, If I Were You, I'll Never Know, Heart of Rome, Life, It Ain't No Big Thing, But It's Growing. This was, most fans in the Elvis world say this album is filled of song fillers that Elvis didn't really like. I do enjoy this album, but again, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 because to me, it's one of the weakest albums from the 1970s. That's why I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. What would you grade it out of 10? Next, we have the wonderful Elvis Sings The Wonderful World of Christmas. This is the reissue and on the RCA Legacy label. Let me try and find the catalogue number on this. 19658810261. Again, so iconic, isn't it? Obviously, a different back cover, showcasing other recent issues. We have a Come All Ye Faithful, The First Noel on a Snowy Christmas Night, Winter Wonderland, The Wonderful World of Christmas, It Won't Seem Like Christmas Without You, I'll Be Home on Christmas Day, If I Get Home on Christmas Day, Holly Leaves and Christmas Trees, Merry Christmas Baby, Silver Bells. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Next, we're going on to Alvis Now. I do like the image of Alvis on the front here, but I think this is quite... I think it could have done better here. On the reverse, showcasing the 2 box sets here. Catalogue number on Alvis Now, SF8266. We have Help Me Make It Through the Night, Miracle of the Rosary, Hey Jude, Put Your Hand in the Hand Until It's Time for You to Go, We Can Make the Morning, Early Morning Rain, Sylvia, Fools Rush In Where Angels Fear to Tread, I Was Born About 10,000 Years Ago. I'm going to give this... I'm going to give it, again... I was going to say 7. I'm going to stick with a 7 out of 10 for Alvis Now. Next, we're going on to his final gospel album, He Touched Me. And I just think, I love this image of Alvis here on the front cover of He Touched Me. The Gothic style writing on the back promoting the 2 other gospel album releases that Alvis had. A catalogue number of SF8275. We have He Touched Me, I've Got Confidence, Amazing Grace, Seeing is Believing, He Is My Everything, Bosom of Abraham, An Evening Prayer, Lead Me, Guide Me, There Is No God But God, A Thing Called Love, I, John, Reach Out to Jesus. I'm going to give this gospel album, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. He Touched Me. Next, we're going on to Alvis, otherwise known as the Fool album. And again, this gets a raw deal. We all know that. It did not sell in the quantities it should have, but I really love the image from Aloha from Hawaii. Original hype sticker here for the Fool single release. I love the lettering on the back promoting the Madison Square Garden and Aloha from Hawaii. The catalogue number is SF8378. And we have Fool. Where do I go from here? It's impossible. It's still here. I Will Be True. I'll Take You Home Again, Kathleen. That's What You Get for Loving Me, Padre. Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. Love Me, Love the Life I Lead. I'm going to give this album an 8 out of 10. Some people might say, why are you giving it such a high score? I really do enjoy the album. Next, I've got the Friday Music release of Raised on Rock, or otherwise, for all time's sake, that Raised on Rock, I prefer calling it. And this has a catalogue number of FRM 0388. FRM 0388. I do love the image, but I do think it's quite boring font and everything, and the same front and back. I think that's quite boring. But again, the track listing on Raised on Rock, we have Raised on Rock, Are You Sincere? Find Out What's Happening, I miss you, girl of mine, for old time's sake. If you don't come back just a little bit, sweet Angeline, 3 corn patches. Now, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10, raised on rock. Next, going on to Good Times. Again, I do really love that image of Alvis there on the front. And again, I do think it's quite boring with the lettering. I think that could have been better. Now, it has a catalogue number of APL10475. And on the reverse, all you've got, again, I think the back cover is quite boring. Just the track listing. We all know the track listing. Take good care of her. Loving arms. I've got a feeling in my body. If that isn't love, she wears my ring. I've got to think about you, baby. My boy, Spanish eyes. Talk about the good times. Good time, Charlie's got the blues. I absolutely adore the Good Times album. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. We're going on to Promised Land on the Music on Vinyl label. Again, I love everything about the album. I love everything about the Alvis font, the image that was used, the lettering. I love the back cover promoting 4 other Alvis releases here. And this music on vinyl copy is a limited edition here. My numbered copy is 1836. And again, that catalogue number is MOVLP 2691. Absolutely adore this album. Promised Land. There's a honky tonk angel who will take me back in. Help me, Mr. Songman. Love song of the year. It's midnight. Your love's been a long time coming. If you talk in your sleep, thinking about you, you asked me to. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I absolutely adore this album. We're next going on to the Today album. Now, again, this is one of my favourite Alvis albums, one of my favourite front cover albums of Alvis. I love the font. I love the image of Alvis that they used. I love the lettering of Today. Again, on the back, they are promoting 4 other Alvis album releases here. Again, I just love everything about the Today album. That catalogue number for this copy is, let me get that found for you. He says APL1 1039. And we have TROUBLE, And I Love You So, Susan When She Tried, Woman Without Love, Shake a Hand, Pieces of My Life, Fairy Tale, I Can Help, Bringing It Back, Green, Green Grass of Home. To me, I am going to give this a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I've not given it a 10 out of 10 is there's one song on this album that I'm just not keen on. Shake a Hand. I've never been keen on that song, but Alvis Today album, this consistently sits in my top 5 Alvis albums favourites. Alvis Today, a 9 out of 10. Next, we're going on to From Elvis Presley, Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee, recorded live. So again, there's some confusion here because some of the tracks here were recorded in the Jungle Rooms at Graceland, but some of them are live tracks. But when you go on to the Elvis Presley discography online, especially on the albums, they put this under the studio album section. But again, let's go through. But the front cover, I love the lettering. I just love everything about this. Some of them does not say recorded live. You'll just have that. I've got 2 copies. I don't know what the second copy says. Yeah, that says recorded live as well. So again, the copy in front is your standalone copy. The copy behind is the music on vinyl copy. So again, I'm going to give you the catalogue number for both. So this is the standalone copy, and it has a catalogue number of APL1 1506. And let me put that back in the sleeve. The only reason I've doubled these up, I don't have enough sleeves at the moment. I've got to buy more sleeves. This is the music on vinyl copy, which I'm going to read off, but this is gorgeous. I've got my numbered copy is 1446. Here you go. And the music on vinyl copy has a catalogue number of MOVLP 2153. We've got Hurt, Never Again, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, Danny Boy, The Last Farewell, For the Heart, Bitter They Are, Harder They Fall, Solitaire, Love Coming Down, I'll Never Fall in Love Again. Now, for me, this has one of my favourite Alvis songs on there, The Last Farewell, Hurt. I mean, this is a very strong album, but I'm going to give this an 8 because I do believe there is better albums from the 70s. So I'm going to give, from Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee, an 8 out of 10. Let me get that back inside. He says, there we go, I'm getting there. There we go. And last but by no means least, we have Moody Blue. This is an import from, it's a French-Canadian import. And as you can see, it says contains the hits Moody Blue and Way Down. I adore the stylization of Moody Blue, the font, the lettering, that plain black box there with a little image of Elvis in the center, the blue border. And I love, you all know, I love the back image as well. Now, the copy I have here is AFL1 2428. We have Unchained Melody. If you love me, no, sorry, if you love me, let me know. A Little Darling. He'll Have to Go. Let Me Be There. Way Down. Pledging My Love. Moody Blue. She Thinks I Still Care. It's Easy for You. 10 out of 10. Now, when I was going through them 24 studio albums, obviously, do you know when you do ranking in respect, an opinion of like 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, etc. Obviously, they're my opinions, and your opinions might be very different. You might give an album a lower grading or a higher grading. I think the lowest score I gave there was a 7, wasn't it? For me, you know, going forward, you know, ranking Elvis Presley recordings is very difficult, and you know, but again, I do have personal favourite studio albums, which would go to That's the Way It Is, the Today album. I love Something for Everybody. Like that, I just love the catalogue of music that Elvis Presley released. We are so fortunate as Elvis fans to have the wide variety of music that he released. And I was talking about it today to one of my subscribers, Neil. And for me, when you are talking about an artist like Elvis, you know, we were saying he recorded rock and roll, gospel, country, pop, blues. You know, the only thing you could possibly say is he didn't go jazz. He didn't do jazz. Obviously, he did Christmas songs as well. You know, Elvis was a man of many talents. And again, when you look at his body of work, and again, you'll never feel that there's one album that you feel kind of puts you in a place where you can for me, you can put any Elvis album on and feel better after listening to it. I'm sorry if I'm waffling on here a bit, but again, when I talk about the music of Elvis Presley and the catalogue of music that he has left, I just think it's just outstanding. You know, I don't follow recent music a great deal, but you know, obviously I've got other influences outside of Elvis as well. You know, I've mentioned it before, but I'm a follower of Eddie Cochran as well, who I collect. So, you know, you talk about different styles of music, but, you know, I was saying earlier to Neil that Elvis conformed to any genre of music so, you know, coming out of the 50s where he was rock and roll, the king of rock and roll, he went into the army, he came out of the army, the music scene had changed. It was changing. It was more poppy, and he went down that route of doing pop songs and doing more ballads, and then obviously going into the 70s, again changed his style. I mean, and also possibly from 73 onwards, his studio albums were very melancholy and so more downbeat. But you know, for me, there's no better body of work than an Elvis Presley album because of the types of music he recorded. And that is why he is the artist he is to this day. You can talk about Elvis in any genre of music. You know, for me, I think Elvis Presley deserved more accolades throughout his lifetime. We all know that Elvis didn't win that many awards during his lifetime, you know, and again, was that because of music snobbery? Possibly, and I think it was. But you know, Elvis proved the point in respect of the best-selling artist of all time. You know, the type, you know, the music he gave the public. He gave the public and his fans what they needed. And again, you can go back to some albums that didn't perform that well for him. And for me, I was saying to Neil earlier, you know, I think RCA was saturating the market in the 1970s, especially with regards to, you know, 3-4 albums a year. And for me, you know, were Elvis fans getting tired of that? Did they have that sort of money to be able to buy the next Elvis album and the next one and the next one, and then also see him live on tour? You know, a lot of money would be spent by fans in them days. But obviously, you know, I think that's why some of the albums struggled in the 1970s. And again, publicity-wise, now, I mean, obviously, if a massive artist is promoting an album, obviously they go out on tour. Elvis toured consistently. But, you know, if there's any negative from me, you know, could Elvis have pushed more of his newer releases in the 1970s? You know, I mean, I know from time to time he would say, I've got a new album coming out, let's say called Promised Land or Today. And but he wouldn't sing the songs from the album because the audience wanted to hear the big hitters. They wanted to hear the popular Elvis songs. And that's what Elvis wanted to do for them. Elvis sang the songs that his adoring public wanted to hear. And was that a failure on Elvis's part? No, because obviously, you know, he was doing what the audience wanted. I think nowadays, obviously, when an artist releases a new album, they go out on tour. They do their big hitters as well as album tracks from the new album. And but Elvis couldn't do that in his day because he did try it a few times and it didn't go down that well with the audience. So Elvis was stuck in respect of he really had to do the big hitters. So again, I think also that is why some of his albums struggled as well. Please share your opinion in the comments below. And, you know, I just wanted to say thank you for your consistent support of the Elvis 100% Pure Elvis channel. It does really mean a lot to me. I really enjoy doing these uploads. And for me, you know, I would love to do it more in respect of, I mean, I return back to work next week, and I will be honest with you guys, you know, I'm not really looking forward to it because I've been on long-term sickness through my anxiety and depression, and I am coming through the other side feeling better than ever, but I'm still quite anxious to return back to the workplace. And you know, so I was saying to Neil earlier, this is the sort of thing I'd love to do full time, you know, kind of carry on with my channel, kind of do the best that I can, and kind of do other things outside of this channel as well, Elvis Presley related. So again, I'm looking at doing more Elvis things going forward. It's not going to affect the 100% Pure Elvis channel. This is my main channel. This is what I'm going to consistently be coming back to. Obviously, when I'm back at work next week, I will be doing less uploads, probably be doing like 2 or 3 a week rather than 2 or 3 or 4 over a 2-day period. And please, if I'm saturating this channel, again, let me know as well, because this is feedback that I want to know. I do these uploads because I enjoy doing them. First and foremost, I love doing these, and I want to do them for you as well. And obviously, I want you all to enjoy what I'm doing and to share my channel. I don't do nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, I don't do anything special on my channel. And, you know, I was talking to Neil today about different ways of doing the channel. I'm an open and honest guy. So when I do an upload, you know, I talk open and honestly about the albums or the singles, etc., that I want to talk about. And, you know, you will always get negative feedback. So if you are an Alvis YouTuber like myself, you know, what's your feelings on negative feedback? Or if you are just someone who comes onto this channel as a subscriber, how do you feel when you see negative feedback that I get? Personally, I do not mind constructive negative feedback. That's perfect. If someone's giving negative feedback just for the hell of it, because I've said something incorrectly or I've missed out on something, you know, that's the sort of feedback that I do feel is quite hurtful. But as long as it's not personal, I don't take nothing personally. So again, I just wanted to get that across. And I wanted to say, look, a massive thank you for the previous 3 months. I've really been struggling the past 3 months, but touch wood in front of me, things are getting better and better for me on a personal scale, and also health-wise, I'm feeling better than ever. I'm feeling more confident. My anxiety is getting better. And again, I will be doing a live feed soon. I think I've said it before, once I do one and get it out of the way, I'll probably keep on doing them. You'll probably be fed up with me doing live links. And so I'm really looking forward to doing that. I want to get it all set up as soon as possible, really. But again, I always sign out by saying, please keep Alvis close to your hearts. Please keep on playing his music. Lots of love, everybody. Please follow me over on TikTok, 100 Pure Alvis. Also, I have a Facebook group, Elvis Presley Burning Love Group. Come and follow me there as well and join my Facebook group. Until then, lots of love, everybody. Speak soon. Bye-bye.